Steve is going to talk about his plan to help recruit more members and retain existing members using proactive public relations. Expanding social media is a part of the plan, but there's much more than that. The best way to recruit members is inviting them to attend a meeting, so we can all do that, and to ask their company to pay for some or all of their membership. Steve will recommend strategies for this during his presentation. We will need everyone's help to attain this goal and achieve distinguished club status in 2023. So let's welcome Steve with his speech about our club's 2022-23 public relations strategy. Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and returning guest Shaquan. As Philip mentioned, today I'm talking about our public relations strategy for this year. I was PR rep last year on paper, but due to a late start and illnesses, I was unable to fulfill that role. I will not let that happen again this year. Let me share my PowerPoint here showing my strategy. Hopefully you can see that. Go into presentation mode. This is something that I bounced off of the steering committee at last week's meeting, and they seemed to like what they saw. What the strategy is, summarize, is to host at least 2, if not 3 open houses this year to attract 8 to 10 new members, anticipating a loss of 4 to 5 members. Hopefully only 2 or 3, but sometimes we notice that we recruit people and either they're distracted or we can't get them into a program. Another thing we're working on this year, right, Stephanie? And the result is they get disinterested and they leave. So to earn our DCP award, which I'll get into shortly, we need to actually get from above 15 paid members to at least 18. Our goal is 20, so we really need to shoot for, if you do the math quickly, we need at least 8, if not 10 new members. Another part of the strategy is to advertise in company newsletters and bulletin boards 3 to 4 times a year. I just reach out to our newsletter person, and they offer not just to put an advertisement, but also to make me as the featured guest of the newsletter, which is pretty cool because I get my own blurb talking about my background, my likes and dislikes, and I could put yet another plug for Toastmasters in there. So that'll be coming out October 1st, just before our October open houses. So please check with your company to see if they offer online newsletters. And if they do, see if you can get a blurb about Toastmasters in without paying. This is like a no budget approach here. Post often on Facebook group and cross promote to groups with similar interests. I would say about maybe 5, more like 10 years ago, this was effective recruiting technology because it was an emerging way to promote your club or business. Nowadays, it's more like a formality. Unless you're posting every week and have a lot of people participating in that platform, you're not going to get any new members. I'm going to try to build it up this year, at least our Facebook presence, and promote on a new social media platform. But I know that is going to pale in comparison to actually face-to-face, one-on-one recruiting. Also want to promote our YouTube channel on our Facebook every time new videos are uploaded. I don't believe 90% of the clubs offer this service. We're one of the few in our district, I believe, that do this. And other clubs say, well, we record it on Zoom. Well, we all know those recordings disappear like every month unless you've got a huge Zoom budget and can keep them longer than a month, but we know those just disappear and vanish in thin air. Ours stay up there permanently until you ask Philip or whoever our new media contact is to take them down. And again, we don't post anything until you get to preview it first, and then once we get your acknowledgement in writing, then we upload it to Facebook. YouTube, my apologies. I want to mention this before, research other social media platforms and start posting in 1 or 2 per year, not just the traditional ones like LinkedIn, or actually TikTok is emerging, but maybe some of the new platforms that are claimed there isn't as so much filtering of content. I can't draw a blank on the names right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Rumble is one of them. Trump's platform, that I'm not going to get into this year. That could probably repel as many members as attract. The truth, that's it. But basically, I'm already starting to research those. Next is to plan a Speechcraft event in early 2023. The cool thing about Speechcraft is you're offering an educational service to your company or people that you can sign up. The hard part about it is there's a $30 entrance fee, but once people sign up and pay that fee, if they become members, $20 of that goes back to paying off their membership app. So they basically just from then on have to pay the annual dues, not the $20 to join. So we've been trying to get on that. Their website's been blocking us. Hopefully it'll unblock this fall and we can do that next year. And last but not least, ask companies to pay for the first year's membership and fees. My company and a lot of other companies said, sure, as long as you're in a networking role such as sales or marketing, but beyond that, you're on your own. During our steering committee meeting last week, Philip suggested they are really not the ones that need it. The engineers, the technicians, the people that haven't mastered the art of communication and leadership are really the ones that could benefit most from this service. So I'm going to press that back to my management and see if they can at least pay for the first year of service. Strategies for getting people to our open houses. First off, create a list of friends and coworkers and don't censor it. Don't assume, oh, this person's too busy, that person's a teacher, they have 30 students, they'll never want to join, blah, blah, blah. Just write down everyone you know on a social basis, including coworkers, and then invite them to a brief meeting or catch up or get to know them better. Don't say, oh, I want to talk to you about Toastmasters, because right off the bat, it sounds like a sales call. So just catch up with them, and then midway through, tell them what Toastmasters had done for you. Tell them about our club and invite them to our next meeting or open house. It doesn't have to be an open house, it could just be our next meeting. If they say no, which 9 times out of 10 they will, ask them if you could follow up in a month or two. And most of the time they'll say sure. And we are working with the steering committee to automate those emails. So if you could just get them to agree to that much, you could pass their name along to Philip with their email, and he could put in, we have like semi-personalized emails that we hope will be going out starting maybe in October. And as soon as they get more and more interest, it'll send them more tailored emails. So it'll almost sound like we're writing them these email reminders, but it's 90% of it's automated, which is really, really cool. I don't know of any other club that's doing this. If they say sure, that's what we're hoping for, send them an email containing the date and time of the event, the link to the Zoom session, and be sure to, I'm missing a word there, be sure to notify our VP of Membership, Philip, about them and remind them a day or two before then, and then check to see if they're logging in. Offer to help them log in if needed. Maybe call them or come sit with them, or if you're in a corporate environment, maybe sign out a meeting room and do it together. What you want to promote here is not just Toastmasters, but our club, Talk It Up Toastmasters. Here's some bullets. I can see I'm running short on time, so I'm going to send this slide to you. One thing we're trying to earn is the Distinguished Toastmasters Club event. A lot of people, when they're looking for the clubs, they look for clubs that do this, because that means that they're good at promoting their club. They have great speakers, great evaluators, and they have no problem filling in the roles before the meetings. Scheduled open houses, hopefully October, January, and April. When we have the first one scheduled, I'll let you know. And there's some action items for you after this meeting. Again, I'll send this out to everyone. Create your list. Start inviting them to meetings or coffee to catch up and discuss Toastmasters, and invite them to our next open house. Oops, that's my recruitment list. Let me stop sharing. And with that, I'd like to pass the mic back to our Toastmaster, Philip. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. I don't think we've ever had a formal PR strategy in this club, so it's really exciting to see you thinking about it, writing it down, coming up with ideas. And I know even if we do a small fraction of these things, they're going to help. And it sounds like you're super prepared to get this going.